Mick Foley is just absolutely fearless, man. There, I dropped an elbow off with a scaffolding on the Terry Gordy in ECW, and that's nothing compared to what Mick Foley head over heels off the top of that cage. And it's so, that sets a bar so high that most people can't what do you call it, reach it. I don't know. Like Mick Foley's a different kind of creature, man. He's fearless. For years, he was taking bumps off the apron onto the cement floor, no pads, and So like I don't know how many people think of when you think of tough badass, you think of Mick Foley, but if you don't, you should, because some of the bumps he took would kill most people. There's no chance in hell I'm taking that run and flip off the apron onto the cement floor that he used to do every night. So and people maybe they convince themselves, oh, wrestling's not real, so this can't be that bad. So doing like that, somebody's gonna get hurt, It's just, and I'm sure Mick Foley, the time of the bump, thought, oh, why am I doing this? But was committed to doing it and had to do it. And he just had enough balls to do it, which is not, or stupidity, however you go. Like when I was climbing up to drop the elbow off the scaffolding, I got halfway up and I thought, holy shit, this is high. What am I doing? But I've already started climbing, so now I have to finish it. And that was so high I could touch the ceiling in the ECW arena. And I did not want to do it, but once I committed to doing it, I had no choice. Like, you know what I mean? I couldn't have climbed down. I've seen them do suplexes on the chairs, and shit, which I'm sure is very unpleasant. I've never done that either, but I would have done that. Well, Steve Blackman is one crazy badass that you do not want on your, you don't want to get on his bad side. Thank God that him and I got along very good, I actually would consider Steve a friend. I always got along great with Steve, so I'm not terrified of him. I got along with him, not really terrified of anybody. But I can tell you, some guys you would not want pissed off at you. Brock Lesnar is one of the strongest people I've ever been around. Haku is the kindest man on the planet. God forbid. I don't care. You'll need an army to get between you and him if he's coming for you, But everybody gets along with Haku. So a lot Barbarian. These guys are Bonafide killers. That you just. But fortunately for me, I always got along with these kind of guys. Steve Blackman, I think, is awesome. I'm very excited anytime I get to see Steve, because we've always had good conversations, always enjoyed, like Disco Inferno. I love seeing him every time I see him. Disco's not somebody anybody would be afraid of. But I love seeing Blackman just as much as I love seeing Disco. But I would never do anything to piss Blackman off either, me and Al Snow used to joke, because Al get along very good with Steve as well, So the guys that Steve liked could maybe needle him a little bit, So, and we used to joke that somewhere in Pennsylvania, Blackman has bodies buried in the mountains. And that's just joking around. But if it came to be true, I don't know how surprised either one of us would be. I used to joke with Steve. For whatever reason, Steve hated when people sang happy birthday to him. And we were like one WrestleMania, the week before, the Fan Fest. My table for autographs was a few tables before Steve's. And everybody's autograph I signed for, I told him, hey, it's Blackman's birthday. Make sure you say happy birthday to him. About 20 minutes in, he screamed so many profanities at me from over there that I knew it was time to end that shit and stop doing that, because he's, God damn it, Terry, I'm going to kill you. So that was the end. He put up with it as long as he would. And it was just me messing with him, and somebody he didn't like, you might have got 1 or 2 happy birthdays out before he was mad enough to kill you, you know. He was a very serious, but I think a good guy, you know. Just that he was set in what his morale was and what he believed to be right. He was dead set in it, and you weren't changing his mind.